I've gone to both of them. Not on a whim, necessarily. Well, one of them was.
We need to plan a whim.
We need to plan a whim. Greetings and salutations, because I have no clue what time of day it is.
Grace and peace
Welcome
to you.
to the Computer Studies Podcast. I'm Stephen Elliott. I'm going to be your host this evening, and joining me tonight are...
Daniel.
And Daniel.
And Daniel.
And Daniel.
And Daniel.
And Daniel.
And you're both seniors in the Computer Studies program.
Oh, yeah, that too. Oh,
This is great. There is one thing that separates you two, other than your last names. No, Daniel, what program are you in here?
I am in the Computer Information Systems program.
And what track?
I don't... I forgot for a second.
You've been here for 3 years. You don't even remember what track you're in?
I don't know what you're teaching me. I'm in the network security track, learning how to connect stuff.
Securely.
Securely.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
And I'm a computer studies major, which means that, it's computer studies.
It means he's going to teach computer classes in the future.
No, computer studies is
Computer
the overarching
sciences.
part. There you go.
They're both CS. It's confusing. Basically, it means I'm emphasizing in programming, and I take a whole lot of math. So
You know, we were planning on talking about esports, but maybe we should take a little bit to clarify the organization of the department.
That works for me.
Yeah, let's do that.
Since our seniors seem to not be able to know what's going on.
He's a transfer.
So, welcome back to episode 1 of last year. Let's talk about the major a little bit. So, we have the Computer Studies Department, and that's who sponsors this podcast. Thank you to the Emmaus Bible College Computer Studies Department for sponsoring this podcast. By sponsoring it, it just means that
he has to
I'm
work
here.
later hours.
I'm here and my family's not. All right, so Computer Studies is the department, and inside of Computer Studies we have 2 major programs. So the Computer Information Systems program, which has been our long-standing program. It's been around, I believe, since 2001 or thereabouts. Actually, I take that back. I feel like it's been around longer, but it was like really established in 2001. So leave a comment underneath this video if you know when the Computer Information Systems Department at Emmaus Bible College was actually founded. Looking at you, Mr. Woodhouse. So Computer Information Systems, which Daniel is in, that's our, what we'll call our bread and butter. It's the one that's been around for quite a while. And then we also have newly, as of, I believe, 2 years ago, our Computer Science program, which is a little bit different. And let me just explain the big differences between computer science and computer information systems. The big difference can be summed up in one word. Maths.
Yep, math.
Okay? Maths.
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 It is plural. There are multiple maths.
But we call it mathematics. Why don't we call it maths? Why do we?
We're Americans.
Oh, that's right. We're weird.
Yes.
All right, math. So in the computer science program, we take some higher level math. So you take Calc 1 and Calc 2. In fact, you start at calculus, Calc 1 and Calc 2, then linear algebra, differential equations, discrete mathematics, and a math elective. That's a 300 level or higher math elective. So pretty heavy on the math side of things, which Dan loves. So Dan's very happy, and he had his math previous to
I love it, but I'll be glad to be done. It's a lot of math to do. It takes a lot of time. But
yeah.
you do some pretty cool stuff.
Indeed. You understand the way numbers work a lot better.
Yeah.
So in opposition to the computer science, which has a lot of math, our computer information systems degree really only has 2 mathematics requirements. College math, which is required of all of the graduates at Emmaus,
Not bad.
and then 1 math or science elective.
Geometry.
So if math isn't your thing, geometry is pretty cool.
I was fun.
Yeah. But if math isn't your thing, computer information systems may be the area for you. Now, if you're saying to yourself, now wait a second, I love math, but I don't necessarily want to do computer science. There's also an applied math minor where you can take the math classes as well as the computer classes. You can do a computer information systems degree and get a mathematics minor as well. So don't be shy. If you do want math, you can get it in either program. Now, let's talk about the tracks inside of those 2 programs, because that's another big distinctive. Inside of computer science, you've got one option, programming and design. That is your track. Lots of programming languages, a couple of design courses, web design, multimedia, those sorts of things.
Yep.
Inside of computer information systems, Daniel, you mentioned which track you're doing, which is
Network and security.
Networking and security.
I know that now.
So inside of CIS, we have networking and security. We also have programming and design. And then our third track is called systems administration. And we have more and more students starting to go into
a
that
lot are
one
going
now.
into that.
So, I think Spencer's in that one. Jersey's
Yep.
waffling, though I think he's going to stay in NetSec.
We'll keep them.
Yeah. So those are our three tracks, a little bit of diversity there, kind of covering all of the different realms of computers at the undergraduate level. Lots of different things you can do with that.
Yep.
So, Dan, could you talk a little bit about why you chose programming and design, other than it was kind of your only option?
Well, yeah. So I actually transferred from UW-Platteville. So I was actually a software engineering major per se. That came after I changed my major, so it's all sorts of confusing. But I came in with like Calc 1, Calc 2, Calc 3, differential equations, discrete math, and I was basically only one class away from a math minor at that point.
Yeah.
So at that point, it's like I already have all the math for programming, and I was going into programming. Like that's my love, it's my heart, it's my soul. So it just makes sense, quite honestly. And I think myself, Luke, and Nathan are the first of
you
those
guys
majors.
are the first computer science majors.
Because it's been around for a few years, but
it's been around for 2 years.
It's been around
you
for 2
came in
years.
the second year of it. Luke was actually our first official declared computer science major, and he's going to be our first graduate in that program. You're going to be our second graduate. And then Nathan is kind of behind you guys, I think a year or two maybe.
people are just scared of math. That's really what it is.
I don't know if they're scared of math. Well, so we have a lot of people who are interested in NetSec and systems management.
That's true.
And so, they're not necessarily interested in programming design, so they stay away from that. But of our freshmen, so we actually had 7 new freshmen this year. We had 9 on the list, and I think we're actually down to 6 at this point because we had a couple of people transfer and move departments and stuff. So of the 7 or so that I got to speak to before people started shifting around, the majority of them were actually interested in computer science. And so I think we've actually got 2 freshmen at least that are sticking with that computer science program. So we're going to get them all prepped for Calc 1, which is their first class next fall. Next fall they'll start with Calc 1, and then they'll get into those higher level maths. So it's a growing program, and the more people we get in there, the more fun things we can do with it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, very good. Yeah, it's actually kind of a weird transition because last year we had a majority of computer majors were all in the programming and design track. And we graduated 5 seniors last year, and they were all programming and design track seniors. And so we went from having a majority of programming design, and then they all left, and now we're a majority of NetSec. And we're, as a freshman come in, that'll kind of mix things up quite a bit. Josh, are you taking selfies off camera during my podcast?
It's a Snapchat response.
I'm like, oh, look, the audience has a question. Nope, that's just the most awkward selfie I've seen.
And now you guys know we have a live audience. All right.
A live audience.
A live audience. Singular.
A live audience member? No.
Is the singular audience?
Is audience? Yeah, is
It's
audience
it's an
a
audience.
plural or
We
a
have an
singular?
audience.
We have an audience.
We do indeed.
I
There's
feel like we
another
need to
comment
like the
opportunity.
laugh, cry, applause behind us.
No, that's the audio editor's job to add in later. It's just the laugh track.
I never liked that.
I was so dumb. I don't know why TV shows did it, but anyway, Daniel, could you speak to a little bit why you chose NetSec?
Well,
And not because I told you to. That's not a good reason.
That was part of it. You see, I'm kind of a system administrator in a NetSec disguise, in which I'm just kind of focused more on the hardware of computer systems and interconnecting them and setting them up and making them work rather than telling them how to work. And so when I came in, I was really interested in the hardware class that Mr. Elliott taught. That kind of got me going on the physical computer, building them, connecting them, and figuring out how all the components work together. And I just thought that was really interesting. And so I wanted to do some networking, figure out how to actually get everything really connected, how to set it up from scratch. And that's kind of just where I ended up. And now I'm interested in a lot of the system administration stuff. I like the idea of being in charge of the whole system as a whole, but also going down into the networking, actually interconnecting all the parts.
Yeah.
I love hardware too, which is why I added another class. Coming Spring semesters from here until who knows when.
Really?
Server manager.
Coming this spring.
Server management.
That'll be really good, actually.
It's going to be a great class.
Because computer hardware and server hardware, they're so similar and yet so different.
So different.
Yeah.
Servers
Yeah.
are flat.
No.
Computers are big.
You know they make pedestal servers that look just like desktops. You learn something new every day. Yeah. So I'll plug the new class. For those of you guys who are juniors or seniors here at Emmaus this year, this fall of 2017, coming in spring of 2018.
Wow.
It'll be a class that we offer. Yeah, 2018. That's nuts, isn't it?
I don't like it.
Yeah, it's making me
We
feel
just
old.
started 2017.
Yeah, like 9.5 months ago.
Too soon.
Too soon.
Too soon.
I haven't done anything this year.
Managing servers or server management. I forget what the title of the class is, but we've got a whole class dedicated to understanding servers. And as the world moves more into the virtualization realm and to cloud computing, understanding servers, understanding server hardware, server security, those kind of things, we've got a lot to talk about. So we're going to spend a whole semester talking about it in that class.
And I'm assuming hardware, the original hardware, will be a prereq for that class?
Yep.
Yes.
So the intro to computer hardware is a prerequisite for that class. And I think the Intro to OS class is also a prereq to that class. So if you've been through the sophomore year at Emmaus in the Computer Studies program, you take 4 intro classes, an Intro to Programming, an Intro to Hardware, an Intro to Networking and Security, and an Intro to OS. And those 4 classes kind of give you a taste of all of the different things that you can do in computers and gives you a foundation in all of them. So lots of fun stuff there.
Oh, yes.
We're about to run out of time yet again. So I guess we should wrap this up. We talked about tracks. We've talked about the program. Do you guys have any comments about the program at Emmaus? You know the biggest thing that we didn't talk about with the program at Emmaus?
Major parties.
No, not even
Mountain
major
Dew.
parties.
Not
Something
even
bigger
that?
than that.
Mountain Dew.
Bigger than Mountain Dew.
There's nothing bigger
The
than
most
Mountain Dew.
important thing about the major at Emmaus.
Food.
It's a double major with biblical studies. Yes, all of our programs, not only are they computer information systems or computer science degrees, but it is a double major with biblical studies, which means that you take a full, I think we're at 39, it might be 42 credits of Bible, a complete major of biblical studies. So
Which is great.
if you're interested in Emmaus, great place. You can do both Bible and professional studies for the price of 1 degree. And we love it. We love it. We wouldn't separate the two. In fact, I'm plugging for more Bible in the major, but it's all these complaints about too many classes during a semester.
We can just totally get rid of general education.
No
No English, no science, besides the computer science.
Tell that to every employer you will ever have.
No speech, no nothing but computers and Bible.
Sherry Pop, if you're watching this, I do not endorse nor recommend what he's suggesting.
We are endorsed by this.
No, we're not.
And we are not affiliated in
Not-
any way with Mountain Dew, but we consume a lot of it. Anyway,
Indeed.
thank you
wonderful.
guys very much for joining us. Click like and subscribe or whatever I'm supposed to say at the end of this Facebook video or YouTube video. What social media is this again?
YouTube.
I don't know.
Good job.
MySpace. See you guys in the next video.